It's your girl, Baby Jade, and we are here today with Young Thug, the world-renowned Grammy Award-winning recording artist, who just recently had a situation that he just dealt with as far as, the injustice of the judicial system. He's here because he's really community based, really community focused, and he's trying to help the Black Male Initiative get the word out about the importance to vote. Of course, we're nonpartisan, but if you don't make the choice, then you can't make the change. Also on the live stream is John Taylor, who is the CEO of the actual BMI movement. And I'm going to give the floor to him so he can tell you guys a little bit more about himself.
Pleasure to be with y'all. Happy to be with good family. So yeah, John Taylor, founder of Black Male Initiative. Black Male Initiative is basically a community organization that's focused on five pillars of work: education, civic engagement, criminal restorative justice, economic empowerment, black mental health and wellness. But the way we tell everybody when we introduce them is that we unapologetically nigga, we unapologetically black, and we unapologetically real. We know the truth about what it is for black men to do this work in this community, to be seen, to be loved, and to be respected. So it's an honor for us to be on this stream right now, talking to a real brother that's out here living every day of his life, trying to make the world better. So we with you.
Okay, so now we're going to go straight into it. Basically, the first part of this, we're going to be speaking on the high profile campaign involvement. And from me to Jeffrey, basically, this year is a big year here in Georgia. And our neighbors in North Carolina, our friends in Texas, and many other places that BMI will engage with, organize and galvanize Black men, women, young folks, and all alike to try to see their voices and voting power. How do you see yourself collaborating and standing with them during this journey to help them understand the importance of actually making that choice?
I think it's very important because obviously we are the necessity when it comes to fairness.
Facts.
I feel like we the epitome of that. I feel like we don't fit into the world how we should
Facts.
because of things like voting, and us being black, we dealt with so much trauma and so many different things that we don't care about voting because it never like works and helps us, you know. But the white people, and really every other race, no shade, but every other race means more on earth than us. And it's because they care about these little things that we don't care about.
For sure. For
And
sure.
that's why I feel like it's very important to stand with the black people and, figure out how to positively but simplify voting and the right
Hmm.
to do certain things so we can have better rule books and better life as black people.
Yeah,
That's very important, and I got to be a part of that.
for sure. And I just to piggyback off of what you're saying, like you said, to kind of symbolize the whole voting process, it's a lot of our people that are confused and that also don't understand the importance nor the process of actually voting. So that confusion kind of frustrates them and deters them from the entire process all the way. And that's why we have to use our voices to be able to make people understand, like, if you just take a second to kind of see exactly what it is that you need to do, you'll understand that it's really a simple process, but in the end, it's going to make a huge determination in how you're able to effectively live the rest of your life.
That's a fact. It's so simple, but like I said, we deal with more important things like RICO cases and all
Yeah.
those things. So we don't have
Yeah.
time to like focus on what the you know the other races
Yeah.
get to worry about. We worry about way deeper stuff
Yeah.
than that. But that is the most important thing. That's
For
one of the
sure.
most important things, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we definitely gotta lock in on that. It's so simple for our lives to be changed.
Yes. in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, man, it's really simple. It's a good thing, you know. Obviously, I'm on probation, so I can't vote right now, but I feel like that's part of the reason they put me on probation.
For sure.
They want to keep every black man possible away from that. That's, but
Right.
I'm going
I
to my judge.
agree.
And I think my judge is real. I think my judge is a good woman, and I feel like
Shout
we
out to
got a good
Paige.
judge.
She's a real one, for real.
Me and Brian was just having this conversation about voting, bro. We
Yes.
got to get you off probation. I think the judge is more than great, you know, and I feel like she understands the importance of, you know, our culture, being
Facts.
able to be a part of the real, like the real world and the real rule book,
Facts.
you know.
Facts. John, what you think about this?
Man, I think y'all up here singing my song. That's what I think about it, real talk. Cause, bro, Thug, everything you said is 100% true, man. Like the folks in our communities in the street right now, we got so much pressure on us, man. We dealing with so much drama just to survive every day. We talk about it all the time at BMI. A black man kick his legs over the edge of the bed. He already got pressure on him. Before he can even get out the bed, go to the bathroom, he already stressed and didn't have a good night's sleep
Mhm.
because of everything he's going through trying to provide for his family, trying to survive in these streets, trying to bring something home. When you talk about voting, man, that might be the last thing on a brother's mind. Truth of the matter is, it's probably one of the most important things we could do, absolutely. But we feel like the game is rigged, man. The system already set up against us. Everything, even when we supposed to win, it still feel like we losing. And the truth is, it still feel like don't nothing change on the streets for us. That's why we out
Right.
here doing this work every day because I hear it every day. Brothers talking about that no matter what they do, it don't matter. It's not gonna change. What is voting really gonna do to change my life? They all hate us anyway. And like you said, bruh, white folks, Asian folks, other folks, they come to this country and they learn one of the first things they taught is that it's something wrong with black folks, that we're somehow broken or lazy or we don't do our part. So we wake up struggling against that anyway. And then we watch everybody come here and do better than us, and we still out here trying to survive and do well for ourselves. It becomes a challenge. And so for us being able to break down the stigmatism, and like you said, Jay, having folks who have a voice that people respect and listen to come back and tell them, hey, look, cuz, don't give it up. Don't throw it away.
Right.
Like you just said, bro, you on probation. They stole your right to vote. No matter what's going on, if we look at Rice Street right now, there are thousands of folks waiting on a trial. They ain't been sentenced. They ain't been convicted. The system has already said, though, they living in abhorrent conditions and struggling to get by. Now,
Yeah.
technically, those folks are supposed to be able to vote, but it's a struggle for us to even make sure they get registered and they get access to a ballot. So,
Hmm.
yeah, when the system's stacked against us, man, we need everything in our favor. And so having y'all speak about why this is important, I agree. That's powerful. But more importantly, man, we just want everybody to be able to exercise that right. Because if I got to pay taxes here, if I got to work
Facts.
here, if I got to worry
Facts.
about getting murdered on the streets here, if I got
Facts.
ICE out here, if all this is happening, I should be able to give my voice and my vote to what I think will make my community better.
For sure. And just to like touch a little bit deeper into what you were talking about, John, I want you to speak on the ground level initiatives and basically detail some of the on the ground action and some of the plans that BMI has. Like, what are the key states? What are some of the places that BMI is focused on as far as this election is concerned? And also, how did BMI use community organizing, digital outreach, and local partnerships to reach and engage Black men?
Oh, absolutely. So, Georgia is home. We started BMI here in Georgia. It was part of some programs that we did out of DC with the National Coalition on Black and Civic Participation. But
Mm,
truth of the matter is, we can't just win in Georgia. So we got Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, North Carolina, Louisiana, the DMV. We are popping in them streets this year. BMI is expanding in every one of those cities. And the
yeah.
great and just to keep it a band with you, we don't go anywhere unless somebody calls us, reaches out to us, and says, hey, we want y'all to come to our city and come do what you're doing over there in Atlanta. Come do what you're doing over there in Alabama. Come show us how y'all doing that, and we're going to tap in and do it. So we only come to where we call to. This ain't no situation where we just showing up telling people what we think it is. We only work in communities that have requested that we come. That's number one. Number two, though, is that the way we build power is through grassroots organizing. We have real conversations. I'm gonna get out and knock on every door we can. In 2024, we knocked on 1.6 million doors. We had 1.8 million attempts. That's a ton of folks.
That's a lot.
Right.
And out of them attempts, huh?
You said that's in 1 year?
Yeah, that was 2024, bro. We have been growing this every year, stacking it like Legos, man. Uh, we had 759,000 verified conversations in 2024. And our households, the way we cut our turf, we only talk to black and brown people. Like a white person might be at that house, I might end up talking to them because they moved. But the truth of the matter is, I'm looking for black and brown people. I'm looking for Latino folks, Asian folks, black folks, men and women who are over the age of 18. We had about 100,000 folks that everybody else tried to get to. They couldn't even reach them. Folks wouldn't even respond to them people because we so fed up with this process. But they answered us. They responded to our text message. They sat down and had a conversation with us. Because when we sit down with you, it's not transactional. My first question, our canvasser's first question, hey, are you registered to vote? We ask you how you living, folks. Did you eat good today? What's stressing you out? What do you need? We talk to people about what they really going through.
Mm-hmm.
And then we talk about how you can use whatever these tools are for voting, for civic engagement, for restorative justice. We try to figure out how to use those things to improve our community, right? So that's the difference between us and some other organizations. No shade on anybody. I love anybody that's out here trying to help or trying to build something in our community. But that's why I started by saying we unapologetically nigga. We go to places nobody else would go. We talk to folks that everybody else has abandoned. We're literally spending our time with communities that people have given up on because there's voters in them houses, you know?
So next, I kind of want to touch on basically everybody's perspective on voter mobilization as well as the power of influence. So to you, Jeff, how do you basically navigate the intersection of music, culture, and political engagement without alienating your audience and scaring them off?
I think it gotta be just like a smooth way to do it with the times that we living in. I think that like we gotta do it through women because women just ruling the fucking world right now, bro, especially in music. You know, we gotta do it like those type of ways. You know,
Yeah.
talk to the ladies, bro. We gotta get the ladies what they want and they gonna give the world what they need. I feel like that's a way we can do it. Do it through the women. I feel like we can do it through music, but we just gotta like sprinkle it. It can't just be like a corny ass song just coming out talking about motherfucking taxes and voting and all that type of shit. You know, I think
Right.
you gotta sprinkle it in. Another way to do it, you gotta get all those like political rappers, J. Cole, all those boys. You gotta get those are a cool way to do it. Cool ways to do it. I mean, doing it at all would alienate my fan base, and that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing, but it's true.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that it's easier for your particular fan base on a personal level to understand it coming from you because they've witnessed in real time everything that you've been through?
Absolutely. It got to come from me. I wouldn't even want my fan base to get it from somebody else because man, they like my thought process. You know what I'm saying? They like how I think and how I feel. I wouldn't even want no other rapper to do it for me, just being real. You know, and I feel like I always had one of the most important voices when it came to like the rap community, you know, and even BMI, you know. And that's another reason why I want to be all the way had with situation with y'all, bro, because at the end of the day, y'all always came through when it was needed. Y'all always came through right when it was needed, you know, and it's just like, you know, y'all doing the work of God, bro, and anything I could do to be a part of y'all situation to help y'all, I swear to God, like, one call away, bro, for no charge, like, free as it come, I'm there. You know, all y'all gotta do is just hit me. You know what I'm saying? But I think we got to do it through women and, like, my wife and all that. We got to just do it through them, Jade. That's how
I
we,
agree.
that's how we, shy away from like
The
alienating.
alienation, yeah.
Yeah, we got to shy away from that.
And I know that the life changing experience that you've had over these last 3 years has put you in a totally different space in life, and it fucking fast tracked your maturity because you had to really stand up and go through some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that you really weren't prepared to go through because at the end of the day it was totally unnecessary, but you went through it. You know what I'm saying? You made the best out of it. You did everything that you needed to do, and the fact that like you're still here and you're still willing to like reach back and talk about it says a ton about you as a person, you know, as a personality, and more so as just a human being, period. And that's like that's a really big thing, and that's what like I wanted to lead into my next question, because I wanted to know, what do you think from your standpoint are the biggest barriers that you see preventing Black men from fully participating in this next election?
I think there are a lot of big factors. I'm gonna give you a few of them. I feel like definitely the judicial system. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like they just hire the taxes. They just do things, the presidency and all that. They just do things to go against us, to make us feel like we're the minority, and then that strike us to like rob people and break the law, sell drugs. You know
Mm-hmm.
that make us do that. So they doing it a strategic way because they not just bucking. They not just on some shit like, yeah, you motherfuckers is black, y'all can't vote. Fuck that. That's like guerrilla pimping. That's like
Yeah.
it's too
Yeah.
too bold.
Too harsh
So
and
they
too
do,
direct.
yes. So they doing it a different way. Hey, keep these motherfuckers indigent. Keep these motherfuckers in their hood with
So they
nothing.
have to rob and steal, and then when they go to jail for it, then we strip them of their privileges, and we don't have to say anything else about it.
Absolutely. And now it's so serious and it's so I don't understand how black men don't realize it now because it's so serious now that you got a lot of niggas like us and
Mm-hmm.
problem. You got niggas like us who's just
Yes.
they letting you beat murder cases. They dropping all your charges and giving you probation. But you just thinking like, damn, bro, I just beat these people. But these folks just gave me probation for 6 murders. Like, what the hell? Like, damn, bro, I just sold bricks. These folks just gave me
I
goddamn.
wagged.
I
Yeah.
went, no, you didn't, nigga.
Right.
They stripped your ass of everything. They don't care about you going to jail no more. In
Right.
jail, it's stupid. It's stupid
As
now.
long as you have no rights, you have no voice. So
You are
we've
in jail.
silenced you. So that's all that
Yes.
matters. You're
You in
still in
prison.
jail, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
You in
Right. You
prison.
in jail on these streets. That's exactly
Mm-hmm.
what we dealing with.
Yes, and that's what they.
Your look,
That's how they doing
your
it.
cell might look a little nicer, but you still in jail. That passport, it's a gift. It ain't yours. Though you just talked about it. You're on probation. They trying to tell you where you can and can't go.
Right.
Freedom ain't free, man. The truth of the matter is they rather put 10 years of probation on you and make sure that you can never vote again.
Then give you 10 years because
Yeah.
guess how they do the probation? Just say they give you 20 years probation. It used to be like, oh, we're gonna give you 5 years probation. Now they like, nah, five. You know, like scientifically, the world is moving faster by like
Mm-hmm.
half a second. Like every day is like 24 hours and point 0.5 seconds. It's not 24 hours anymore. So it's 23
Right.
point, 23.5 is 24 hours now. You know what I'm saying? But they doing it like they giving you way more time on probation because how the probation thing work is just say they give you 10 years probation. So you got to do 10 years probation and then you got to do 5 to 10 years after probation. You still can't vote. But now they like if we give him 5 years of probation in 15 years he can vote. So we're gonna give him
Mm-hmm.
5 years probation. So he can't vote until 50, 40 years from now. It's just they doing it like that now. Now they just giving you like a big ass massive motherfucking probation. Like here, boom, 40 years probation, and you for the rest of your life you can't vote.
Right.
Niggas
And
walking out
then it's like you got 40 years probation, which means if you even get a traffic ticket, you're at risk for going back to prison and having to do those whole 40 years.
right, but they ain't sending you
Yeah.
to prison. They ain't sending you to prison because it don't matter. They already did.
Yeah.
They ran out of room. They overdid themselves.
Yeah.
They ran out of room. It's too many people in prison now. Now they like, damn. Let's figure out how we can win by giving them probation. Oh, make it so where they can't do nothing in the world. Oh, say less.
Yeah.
Now it's like
But hey, look,
the prison's too full.
don't sleep on it.
No, that's a fact.
They want to put you back in their jail too if they can. They building more of them, but you absolutely right.
Then they
It's
got
a lose-lose situation for
Man,
them.
in Wright Street, they got niggas on top of niggas sleeping in boats.
They
in the
got
flood.
Michael Jordan bought a prison.
Yeah.
Like
Which is crazy.
That's crazy. That nigga bought a
Crazy.
That nigga bought a prison that was finna get tore down. Like this
Yeah.
this prison no longer functions. We gotta tear this
Yeah.
shit down.
And now it's quote unquote privately owned. But you niggas are running like, yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot going on with that.
Trick this nigga, bro. Like, man, I guarantee you at least 20% of people in your prison is in there for them motherfucking shoes, nigga. but you know, man, I'm telling you, bro, it's just,
That's the game.
and then the niggas that really not niggas, like Oreos, like Michael Jordan, and niggas who don't give a fuck about us for real, guess what they doing? Oh, Fonnie Willis, come on, we're gonna put you in power. But the only way you can be right here with the white people, motherfucker, you gotta criminalize black people.
Yeah.
That part. Hey, bro, I swear to God, man, you singing my song. Like, the reality is, bro, right now, what we're dealing with our restorative justice work is trying to get people off probation, off paper. They've done their time. They paid their fine. How do we get you re-registered? How do we get your rights restored to you? Because everything you just said is exactly what we're watching on the streets right now. You know what I'm saying? We are watching black men, black women more so now too, getting locked up. They'll let you go. They're going to give you that probation. They're going to give you that 10, 15, 20 years of probation. Man, they wrote a book for you, Doug. They wrote a whole book of probation for you. Things that you can and can't do. Yeah, man, it's Jesus. But then on top of that, now they're telling you, like you were saying, Jade, if you step wrong, it's just something they can hold over our head. The prisons are overcrowded, but
like,
if you litter,
wrong, if you jaywalk, if you anything like any of this petty bullshit, like you're at risk of losing your life again.
If you stand up on the street against ICE detention, if you speak ill of this president, if you got anything to say about
when the hell was
things you
that
don't
ever a
like,
law or a punishable offense? Like that makes no sense.
Now they making the whole world common law. They trying to make the whole world law. You know, as of right now, Atlanta, Georgia, you know, LA, Miami, like right now, Texas, all those places, they got a law book, they got a rule book. But you got places like Virginia, they got Commonwealth law. That means they can make the law as they go. Yep. Now they trying to make everywhere like that. They trying to make Atlanta like that, Commonwealth law. So if you get caught pissing and jaywalking, they can create a law for that.
Yeah, and put you under the jail for the next 10 years.
Yeah. Or keep your.
So they make money off of us. Yeah, they making money off of us. They getting free labor off of us. They terrifying us in the streets. And now when you come home, they put you on probation. They take your rights from you, so you can't even speak up and use your voice.
That's what they do.
We understand. We done seen the hustle.
Man, build and live. Build and live. That's what they make. One thing about it, us as a black culture, we built everything in America. We built these prisons just to live in them. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is.
I mean,
it's important, bro.
It's right, but we tell people all the time, man, this stuff go all the way back to the slave plantation and the patty rollers. Ain't much change. It's all about really the 14th Amendment. It's all about who has the right to have equal access, representation, and protection under the law. But see, y'all said something that was so dope. Like, I'm going to go back to what you said, though. You said you wouldn't even really want nobody talking to your base for real, because can't nobody else speak to your people the way you can. Man. That's 100% true, man. We got to understand that. I was talking to Marvin about this, man, talking about you, bro. Bro, you got a gift. Like, a lot of people look at celebrities and stuff, and they be like, yeah, man, y'all got a responsibility because y'all making all this money. Nah, bro, it's not that. You got a God-given talent, fam. You got a gift. Our ancestors gave you something that we can use to mobilize our people with. This ain't about guilting somebody into doing work. The reason your voice matters is because your gift allows you to connect with a fan base that rock with what you say. When you speak, you a trusted messenger. They believe in. Man, name a time. All these brothers that's been locked up, dealing with stuff, going to court, your voice kept a trial front and center for over a year because people wanted to see what was happening with you
2.5.
because they believe in you.
Fact.
Yeah.
Fact.
That's a gift. That's a blessing, fam. And so you being able to say, hey, look, man, I don't know. I ain't telling you who to vote for. I'm telling you, you got to exercise your rights. You being able to say, like you just said, hey, man, they took mine from me. You got to go out here and press yours because they took mine from me. Don't let them take none other nigga rights out here in these streets. That matters, bro, in a different way. And because you have that gift and you live in that circle, it ain't just your fan base. It's all these other celebrities and artists in the world. Man, who am I? I can tell you about the organizer. I can tell you about Black Male Initiative. I can tell you about all the laws in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I might even be able to bust down a fat 16 for you. You know what I'm saying? Time will tell. But the truth of the matter is they know you. They know Jade. We need y'all to be able to stand up front and center and be like, what they doing to our people is wrong.
Right.
Man, listen, bro. And I see this. I say this to this day. I'm so happy I went to prison. I'm so happy I went to jail. You just like dealt with that case because it just showed so many black men like sit your head down, bro. They rage baiting.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck who you are. Like,
Rage baiting. They hoping you play. They making you play. They
yeah.
Yeah.
taking your mom food stamps, thinking that you gonna run in the motherfucking White House shooting a gun. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, rage baiting. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like my situation was so important to the fucking Negro, bro, because you just see day by day, 2.5 years, how much they could try to tear you down, how much they just
Yes.
imagine me sitting in the courtroom listening to some black motherfuckers in power trying to get a white panel to go against me, bro. Man, imagine being a DA, a black DA, district attorney, and you are taking a black man to trial because you feel like he deserves justice, or that were harmed deserve justice. Imagine you picking a white line up to convict him.
On purpose.
Imagine me going against Jade with a white person, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I feel like I was sacrificial lamb, bro. I feel like it was so important for young black men to see that. Like, bro, they gonna do it. They doing it every day. We don't look at it like it's important, which is stupid, bro. This shit is super important, bro. You got a black motherfucker going against you. You got a black motherfucker picking a white juror, acting like they white to go against you. I do not find that important. This is very important. It's
Yeah.
something
But we got to,
there, bro.
but you got to tell people if we not registered to vote, fam, we not even in jury duty selection.
That's a fact.
You don't even show up. They can't even get. Bro, I've served on 2, 3 juries in my life. But anytime I ask black people about whether or not they're going down there, oh man, I don't want to go down there. I'm trying to slide. I don't want to be there. But we don't understand. If we don't have our peers sitting in that jury box, if I don't have people that understand my life and my circumstances that can identify with what I done been through, then ain't nobody for me sitting up in there.
That's a fact.
Right.
That's a good point. You know, you only can be a part of a jury panel if you're a voter, if you're registered to vote, or if you're eligible to vote. That's the only way you're part of a jury panel. So that's another thing that's a good way I can just like, put it out there. These type conversations just give us the leeway we need. I feel like I can speak on that in my music. Like, bro, you can save me just by going.
Yes.
That's fly.
Yes.
You can save. You can save people if it get to that thing, because we deal with things like we black men. I mean, everybody make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? But it's like Diddy built schools. He built schools.
Yeah.
Bruh.
He put
The fact
100
the
black.
same thing that they charged Diddy with is what they hit Black Jack Johnson with back in the day. That man, It's always the same thing when it comes to black men, man. They looking for the fastest way to tear us down. And I want to be clear. I'm not talking about whether somebody is innocent or guilty.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
I'm not asking that question
We talking about
because there are
charge.
so many people that's white that's guilty as hell and they getting off. Homie got 34 convictions on him and he's supposed to be holding the gavel and the button. That's a problem. Not
Yeah.
a problem because they identify guilt and conviction with black communities. That also is a problem. But the biggest problem is we don't get a chance. We don't get that second chance. We don't get a pass. They throw in
Right.
every book they can at us.
Facts. Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, guess what, bro? Let me tell y'all a fun fact. After my case in Atlanta, the conviction rate went down, bro. It's more black guys going to trial and winning since my case. That's a real scientific fact. You know, and Brian making his business to tell me this at least once a month. Hey,
Yeah.
you change your narrative, bro. Like in these judicial systems, the lawyers and the public defenders, they getting way more motherfucking action now. They getting way more money now. Cause niggas ain't just playing out, getting their rights.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, people ain't just doing that. People fighting for their life. Like, nah, y'all trying to scare me. Y'all trying to lock me up and scare me and pick these people. to
Yes.
go against me. No, I'm going to trial. Fuck you. I'm taking it to trial.
Mhm.
I'm showing
Right.
black district attorney, since you want to cook me, I'm showing you. You dropped the charges against Donald Trump, but you tried to send me to motherfucking prison. Like
Yeah.
shit like that.
Everybody got to fight for their life.
Come on, bro.
But
Especially
look at it. Eric, look, at
this.
least 50% of the cats I know right now, we all got something on our record where we played NOLO, where we played out, where we took the probation, where we were minors. You know what I'm saying? They prey on us. This system prey on us. But you said the thing, Thug, everybody getting paid off of it. It's a business. And if we
Mhm.
honest about it, that's why it's so important that resources come into our community, that we get philanthropy, that we get these donors into this community race, into these organizations, because it's a business for them. This is billions of dollars that they're making off the backs of black men and women and Latino brothers and sisters every day. So if we
Mhm.
don't have something to balance that, how are we going to survive? That resource is critically important to us being able to drive this work every day.
Facts.
Right.
That's a fact.
Right. And then so one of the last things that I just basically want to touch on is basically looking ahead beyond the midterms. So I'm gonna start off with you, John. So basically to sustain the momentum, how does BMI plan on keeping this engagement alive year round leading up to the next major election cycle?
So for us, all the program work that we do, the men's circles, the speed therapy, every season saint community food event that we do, every
Mhm.
time we do a voter registration event, all of that is like, you know, the Harry Potter sorting hat. You know what I mean? That
Right.
gives you an opportunity to identify which one of these pillars of work, education, civic engagement, criminal restorative justice, economic empowerment, black mental health and wellness you care about. But
Right.
it's also there because we got to actually do things to help our community, bro. Like we got to be out here holding the line and getting people to care more and more by day. We did
Right.
1.6 million doors in 24. This year we're shooting for 3 million doors. Like it means something when you get in front of our folks and you have a real conversation with them. And we're
Right.
not doing that. I can't, just like Doug said, he can't send nobody else to talk to his fans. They ain't gonna relate to him. We know how to talk to black men and women in our community. We know how to
Right.
talk to Latinx people in our community. I know how to talk to people of color. I know how to talk to hood folks. I know how to talk to po folks. I know how to
Mhm.
talk to folks that need a help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for us, we got to get our people on these doors, having these conversations, and then talk about what the impact is. Because the truth of the matter is, it feels like it's overwhelming. And no matter what we do, nothing is going to change. But the greatest lie the devil ever was convincing the world he didn't exist. So the greatest trick to D White is convincing us that we don't matter. We got to make sure
Mhm.
they understand our voice is real. We got to make sure that people get it. Like, you can't be apathetic. You can't sit it out. Don't let them convince you that that guy is better than that guy, or that
Or
You
that
could
your
go
one
with
little
these.
vote won't count.
Yeah. Stop playing around like you want to align yourself with billionaires, cuz billionaires don't care about us.
Right.
They don't care what, and it's not even about them being bad people. I'm gonna tell you 100%. If you're a billionaire, bro, your life look way different than if you working at Arby's or you working at the gas station or you trying to pay for milk. You gotta
Mhm.
align yourself with people that remember what it's like. That's one of the things I love about having some of the celebrities and artists that we have. I don't care what nobody want to say about Thug. Brother Jeffrey, he aligned with his community. He ain't forgot where he comes from. He knows who his people are. You hear it in his voice. You see it how he moves. We have to stay focused on moving with people that understand what our community needs. That's how we get to 2028. And then in the
Mhm.
presidential, the thing we always say, Jade, is we're not choosing our champion. We're choosing our
Right.
opposition. We're choosing the
Right.
landscape upon which we're gonna fight. I know I'm going to war.
Mhm.
I know you against me. Whether you elected as a city council official or a mayor or a DA, you're gonna compromise and cut me out. My job is not to just vote for you. My job is to get people in my community to not only vote for you, but hold your ass accountable until you
Right.
do the things we need so that we can live better lives.
Right.
That's a fact. Choosing opposition, bro.
And I feel like touching on what you just said about not just voting for the people that we feel like we need to vote for and also holding them accountable. I think that's kind of where the disconnect has been coming in all these years up until now, because we'll vote for, like, because I know people, like, I know, like, I got family members and shit, like, they'll just go down and vote all Democrat, or they'll just go down and vote all black people, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, and not really take the time to do the research on who these people are and what they're actually representing. And then if they do find somebody that says something that registers with them or whatever, they'll vote for them. But like you said, they won't follow through and hold these people accountable to everything that they said that they were going to do to make sure that it actually gets done. And that's like something that we as a community have to pay more attention to, because we can put these people in office that say all of the right things, but we also have to make sure that once they say the right things, they actually do the right things to make sure that our community is a better place.
Yeah. I mean, look, voting is just like going to Disney World. Getting that vote in, that ain't gonna do nothing but get you in the park. It ain't gonna get you on that damn ride. You still gotta get in that line. You still gotta buy
Yeah.
that pass. You still gotta spend that time. So if you just want to get in the park, okay, great. Let somebody else make the decision for you. You voted. That's bare
Hmm.
minimum.
Fact.
We say all the time, I do my very best every day. Don't look at it and be like, oh, that's good enough. Ain't shit good enough.
Right.
If you want to be exceptional, if you really want to survive and have the best things in life, we have to hold all of them accountable because
Hmm.
they are making decisions. And each of their decisions is making millions and billions of dollars for somebody. But it
Right.
damn sure ain't us.
I feel like
That's
it's
right. And then as far as like the BMI annual leadership summit, touch a little bit on that, John.
Yeah, so we do a restorative justice summit in April. We got the second annual coming up. The whole purpose of this is that we have so many brothers and sisters that come home and they're not given an opportunity to get reacclimated to society. Like
Hmm.
these halfway houses, man, these shelters, man, they don't do the job of helping people prepare for real life. So we work in a restorative practice. So we want to make sure that when you get home, you understand that there's wraparound services. We want to make sure that y'all get legitimated so that you can see your kids, man, so you have access to your family.
Hmm.
We want to make sure that if something went wrong, if harm was caused, that you have a pathway to make amends and you can restore yourself. We want to make sure that we're building a community together. Ain't no black man getting thrown away. Ain't no black woman getting thrown away. You know what I'm saying? We can't cancel none of ours. We need them all. But
Right.
that doesn't mean that you don't have to be accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody, I
Hmm.
can't climb in nobody else's chest and tell them what they should be doing, what they should feel guilty for, what they should be ashamed of, what they should want to make a change. That ain't who we are. That ain't how we roll. But I'm gonna look at you and tell you we could be better than our worst moments. And all of
Yeah.
us have made mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we done all made a mistake. We got to be better
That's
than our worst
powerful.
moments. And whatever we did to survive, hey, look, real talk, we're not even judging you. Everybody that does something to survive, but what does it look like for us to live?
Hmm.
Yeah,
What does it
yeah.
look like for us to make sure that our children don't have to make them same choices that we made so that now they can have a better life? Because that's what we really leaving. We leaving something for the little shorties on the block. We leaving something for the little cats in the trap. We leaving something for our kids.
Mhm.
They destroyed this communities. They destroyed slavery, destroyed what black folks was gonna be. But in spite of that, in spite of all of that, we still shining. We still showing up and showing out. I'm amazed at the resilience of black people. I love us, but I want us to love ourselves too.
Mhm.
Just because we do something don't mean it's the right thing. Just because we used to something don't mean it's the best thing. When we know better, we do better.
Facts.
So how do we do the best for ourselves? We got a saying in BMI. We say we spoiled and selfish. I want the best of everything for myself and you.
Yeah.
That's not bad though. You should. You just got to figure
Yeah.
out what make the whole black community get like that. You know, I feel like a lot of things is transactional too. You know, that's gonna be the hard part. The hard part is gonna be making these motherfuckers do what we need them to do for free.
Mm-hmm.
Without expecting something outrageous in return.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
things
Mhm.
gonna change because white people don't mind. A white person, they can live the rest of their life making 75,000 a year or $100,000 a year. We the ones who feel like that shit ain't that. Man, we want a BBL. We want goddamn. This my little nephew want to rap. You know, it's just
Yeah.
it's so many different things that just like, hinder us from doing it. White people don't care about none of that shit. None of it.
Yes.
The motherfuckers care about what's moving in this world. They don't give a fuck what's
Yes.
moving on or your wrist, you know, or your house. White people have, you know, how many white people we know that just live right next door to us in the community. These motherfuckers might have 2 million in their account, bro. Living next to me,
Mhm.
I forgot $1,700 apartment account got
Right.
2 million. Kids in private school, you know, they focus on the things we need to focus on.
And they're not
Yeah.
concerned about
Completely different
passing
value
around
set.
jewelry or passing around material shit. They're concerned about establishing living trust so that they can pass down
Yes, yes,
properties and you know what I'm saying,
yes,
all kind of shit.
yes,
Like it's on a bigger scale and a bigger level.
yes.
And that's
And
what
that's why they
we
giving
as a
us.
people have to understand. We gotta think outside of the box, bro. Because the box is way bigger than the world.
But guess what they doing now? They giving us the jury. They keeping us blind.
Yeah.
Get them niggas the, hey, get them niggas the clothes. Them niggas don't want them some clothes.
Right.
Jury and some women. Get them niggas the
Yeah.
clothes.
Yeah.
You in the women, man. And you
All
got
the
them.
vices.
Yes, they gonna stay.
Yes.
They gonna stay stupid. You know,
Yeah.
like you don't.
But what they don't understand is that we learning from each other and we seeing and we watching. We gonna build trust too. We gonna have real
Mhm.
estate equity investment trust too. We gonna
Yes.
have buildings in the community too. We gonna pull squads of people together to start moving around in the community to clean up grandma's house. We out here
Right.
knocking on doors. We ain't just talking to people about voting. We out here knocking on doors talking about, hey, look like your porch need to get done. I got somebody that's doing a community benefits agreement with us. We about to get our dealer's license. So you imagine
Mhm.
a world where I can go to the auction and get a $10,000, $15,000 car, and I can look at you and say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna hand you this car. I'm gonna hand you these keys. You're gonna do the equivalent amount of service. That's gonna take $750 to $1,000 off your bill every month. All I need you to do, you a carpenter. Come help me fix these walls. Come help me rebuild this
Mhm.
porch." Sometimes the lesson ain't watching what they do, but it's remembering who we were and what we did before they got to us.
Right.
Facts.
We always knew how to take care of ourselves. We always knew how to take care of our families. We come from that. Did nobody have to teach us that? So we just got to remember who we really are and go back to it. And like you said, they can give us all the jewelry, drugs, and sex
Mhm.
that they want to, but they won't give us. What they won't give us is equality. That we gonna have to take for ourselves.
I feel like we could. I feel like you got 100. You said you did 1.3 motherfucking doorsteps. That's bonkers.
I like that, man. He said that's bonkers. And we trying to double it, bro. We trying to do 3 million this year. And the truth of the matter is, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. 3 million is light work. But the slickest part about it, Thug, is that the people that we hired come from Oakland City, bro. We hired people from out of 4PF neighborhoods, bro. We hired people off of international, bro. We are out here in the middle of the hood, putting people to work. The
Yep.
thing I hate about it is, as soon as the election over, you go back to the trap. Because what else you gonna do? You still gotta eat in December.
Facts.
But if we could find a way to transform this thing so that we can teach people all these trades. We got a union
Mhm.
print shop. We make these clothes. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. We got a visitor. We do all this work for folks like him, but we got community out here that's learning trades. They learning how to drive. They learning forklift. They learning how to make clothes. They learning in the print shop. They learning how to cook. They learning how to feed people. They learning how to do construction. My homeboy Herman Favors, we just bought a building on 14th Street. Herman went in there and did all the general contractor work for us. I had 7 different contractors in the building. Huh?
Herm, who be selling cars and shit. You talking him?
This Herman
I
Favors.
think it's somebody different.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a young black dude. He played ball overseas. He came back here. He figured out how to get in construction, bro. He hired people from the hood, like homeboys from the hood. But
Hmm.
all 7 of the contractors, the electrician, the HVAC guy, the guy that did the flooring was either black or Latino. Everybody that touched that building was a black or Latino man.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
That's what we
That's
need.
hard.
That's what we need, bro. Because you Latino, Mexicans, all them motherfuckers, they black too.
They black. We together.
Yeah, we together.
We because the real talk here, I mean, and they slick doing it to us, man. Like you know, what I'm saying your music talk about it too, but they slick doing it to us, bro. When we talk about what was the judge you did? I miss my homeboy. Like
Yeah.
we watching it happen on the streets. It go from mass incarceration to mass deportation. They
Hmm.
started with the Latinx folks, and now they're talking about on February 3rd, temporary protected status for Haitians get gone. So when they remove temporary protected status for Haitians, every person on this call right now look like they could be Haitian, relatively speaking,
Fact.
And then that's
because
another thing
Haitians be
too.
light
Like
as
even with
dark.
the ICE shit, John. Like a lot of people don't understand that. Okay, they think ICE is just like focusing on Mexicans. No, ICE is focusing on Mexicans. ICE is focusing, like you said, on Haitians. ICE is
Oh,
focusing on
Somalians,
Africans,
yeah,
Somalians, everybody that looks like us that's technically not born on this soil. And it doesn't even. They're not even. It doesn't even matter whether or not you're able to prove whether or not you're born on the soil, because as soon as they see you, if you look like us, then you're automatically like a suspect to a certain extent, and then
yeah.
you have to figure it out later. And that's why I can't remember the the young man who was a nurse, and the young lady's name who got killed in Minnesota, but or Minneapolis or wherever it was, but you know they were murdered, and people are trying to sweep it under the rug or act like it's not a big deal or act like it was their fault that these people killed them, and like it's not happening, and that's crazy.
Right. But see, the trick to it, man, the real thing is when they came and rounded up all of your partners, it was the same thing, Doug. When I was a kid on 128th and Kinsman in Cleveland, Ohio, we knew when the cops was gonna come raid the block. We knew when they was gonna bring out the SWAT, the paddy wagon. We understood that they was picking us up off the street and doing us dirty. They did us greasy because they could.
Facts.
This ain't nothing but the same thing. Black folks been dealing with this forever. The problem though is that black folks are sitting back now and looking at it and saying, "Well, man, the truth is that's them. We told them, but they didn't listen." But the thing I'm saying to folks is the same smoke they catching gonna make you choke. Because when they run out of Latin folks to pick up, who you think they picking up next?
Facts.
Right.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a lot. You said a lot then. That's a motherfucking check, bro.
Bro, we
Yeah.
gotta stand together on this, man. 10 toes down.
I think it's possible.
Yeah.
I think it's possible, bro. I think we just gotta keep having these conversations so everybody can stay on the same, you know, everybody stay on the same task. As long as we having these conversations, I feel like we need to have more people in these conversations so it can grow. You know, and it's just manifestation, bro. We gotta just be about it. We gotta talk about it. Put it in this air. Put it in God's, ear, and we gotta just be about it. I feel like we gotta have more of these conversations because that's what's gonna keep people like us on it. We gotta stay on it.
Uh-huh.
It can't be just like more conversations. It's like it gotta be like You know, I be working with the guy from Shark Tank now, and he just have
Uh-huh.
2 or 3 meetings every week, no matter what. You
Yeah.
know,
Hmm.
because he keep
Yeah.
his mind on it as much as he can, and one day he gonna just get around to it. You know,
Right.
but I feel like as long as we doing that, I think we can. I think we can really knock it out. We can do it. And I want y'all to know that I'm overly a part of it. I'm with it. I'm trying. I'm 10 toes. You know, I'm willing to get out and walk and knock on these doors myself. I ain't tripping because I know how important it is, and I know we need it.
Man, we appreciate that love and that energy, bro. Real talk. Like that's the thing, man. My grandmama used to say, "Many hands make light work, and high tide raises all boat." We in this shit together, bro. We in this shit together, man.
Yeah,
Right.
Until all of us is free, ain't none of us free.
facts, facts, facts.
Right.
Because if they, hey, look, bro, if they could do it to you, and you a Grammy Award winning millionaire artist, man, they put my
Superstar.
ass up under the jet. Like you a superstar, bro. So if they could do you, Greasy, we already know what they could do to the rest of us.
To a
It's
regular
happening on the
person.
streets.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy.
Regular person dead.
A regular person
Regular
is in
person
trouble.
dead, man. They need us,
Bruh.
man. All
We
y'all,
ain't got a snowball's chance in hell, as we say in the Midwest.
yeah. You
For
know, I think we
sure.
can do it. We got a lot of, got a lot of influential people on this motherfucker. Jade, one of them. You know, BMI being, you know, one of the head honchos in this, in to the black culture. You know, to us. You
For
know,
sure.
I admit, nigga got to go for what y'all say. You know, cause y'all showing it every day. Y'all ain't talking.
Hmm.
Y'all been, y'all motherfuckers, y'all cutting them. Y'all doing what y'all supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely feel like we can do it. We just got to stay on it. Let's knock it out, man. When we moving? Let's get it moving.
Shit, we up.
Let's get
We in
it.
these streets. This voter registration start April 1st, man. We're gonna be in these streets on these doors, moving events. We got a couple of pieces coming in March. We'll make sure people know about the calendar. Um,
Hmm.
y'all can reach out to us, www.bmigeorgia.org, at BMI Georgia on Instagram and Facebook and on Twitter.
And the
But
website,
the
that's
truth of
for
the matter is,
volunteers and donations, right, John?
volunteers act blue. You can donate on there on both the C3 and the C4 website.
Okay.
You can get on the Instagram page, info at BMI Georgia. You can hit us up via email. We'll make sure we get out to you. If you call us, if you hit us within 48 to 72 hours, we on your back. We calling you back. Um, because we want to activate as many folks in the community as we can to make change happen. Like
Right.
we always say, my grandmama used to say, "We all we got, but goddamn it, we all we need." And I believe that. What we gonna do together, we gonna change what it look like for us.
For sure.
Man, I'm with it. I'm 100% with you, bro. You know, thank you for all the things you did for this culture too, man. Jay, love you, man.
I
You know
love you
you
too,
definitely a part of
man. And I just want to say thank you to Jeff for, joining us and giving us some insight on his perspective as far as this whole voting registration, getting the rights out to vote, the whole everything about convicted felons, the restorative justice, what we need to do to get our community together. Like, you really don't understand how big of a role you play and how big of an influence you have with not even just the young people, just people in general that have experienced any type of injustice because, like I said, they saw for 2.5 years what you had to go through and what you had to deal with in real time. And you really made people feel like you said, like, I'm not going to give up and I'm not going to cop out and I'm not going to take this plea and I'm going to fight for my life and also fight for my rights. And that's imperative to us being able to rebuild ourselves as a community because it provides a hope that a lot of people prior to watching your situation did not have. And that's like the biggest shit ever in the world to me. I don't know about anybody else, but to me, that's like incredible and amazing. And then, John, with what you're doing with the whole BMI movement, the restorative justice, the creating our own food sources, the things that you guys do with the elderly people to make sure that they have fresh vegetables and fresh non-processed non-harmonized food and making sure that basically like our people are on the path to being okay, like that's something else that's to be commended and that we have to take our hats off to. So I'm glad that we made this connection. I'm glad that we made this union, and I'm excited to see what the future brings as far as our community for real. So yeah, in closing, I think we pretty much covered, all of the important stuff. And like I said, I'm excited to see like what we're gonna be doing in the future to just bring our community together and empower and uplift our people. Like this is a real big thing for me, and I know like for Jeff too, because like I said, the experience that he just went through really opened his eyes a lot to the plight of our community. And he's always expressed like excitement about being involved, but even back before he got a deal, like 15 years ago, he took $10,000 of his own money and fucking made sure that 1,000 kids had Halloween costumes and candy and a safe place to trick or treat so that they wouldn't have to knock on doors and what I'm saying, all that kind of shit. So this philanthropic community fucking attitude has always been something that's been embedded within him. But I feel like now, after him going through this situation that he went through for the last 2.5 years, he understands the urgency and the utter importance of it. And I'm glad to have somebody like that on our side for real.
Yeah. So I'm gonna look, bro. Um, the best way I can say this is I've had sit downs with Marv, Jade, with a bunch of people. I tell everybody the same thing. I'm not moved by celebrities. I see humans.
Right.
And watching from a distance what you went through, man, from the bottom of my heart, what I'm gonna tell you is you got a brother and a friend over here. BMI is a movement home for you. We are not just somebody that care about who Young Thug is, bro. I care about how Jeffrey doing. I'm gonna treat you like I treat any other black man I know, man. I want to make sure that you eating good, that your kids good. It's a million and one things on your brain, bro. You stressed out every day. Where can you go where you feel safe, where you could
Yeah.
challenge yourself, where you could think about stuff, and you ain't got to worry about it getting leaked out to the street and nobody trying to use anything against you? That's what we all need. Every black man and black woman needs a safe space. So from the bottom of my heart, bro, on God, on game, this is a safe space for you if you want it, man. Like, I really care about what happens to every one of us, no matter what
Yeah.
status we got, no matter what stature we got. And real talk, bro, and I'm just happy and deeply appreciative that you even had an interest in doing this. See, we tell people all the time, shit like this shit in you, it ain't on you. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
come from the streets, bro. This shit in you, it ain't on you. It's in your heart, man. Like I'm just excited to have the opportunity to build with your family and also to let you know that if you ain't never had it before, you got a safe space, bro.
Yes. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate your keen words, man. And like I said, I think we definitely need to continue having these conversations. We learn more about each other, and we just like, figure out ways to like, shoot back in the war.
And continue
Like,
empowering our people and
yeah,
uplifting.
that was like you learn. For one, women got a lot. They got a lot going on right now.
Oh yeah, hey look, I don't want to. Hey look, I love the brothers, but I don't want to be in no space that's only us for too long. We got to have a little bit of good energy. I need the sisters, which look,
That's
believe me when I
Yeah.
tell you.
that's. I think that's the best way to do it, bro. We tell men follow women. Men follow women, bro. Wherever we make the women go, that's what a man will be.
Yes,
We
sir.
gotta,
Yeah, you ain't never lied. Most everything we do in the world, we do for a woman or we do from a woman. It's
or,
simple.
facts. Or for.
You,
It's crazy.
you do it for your mama, your grandmama, or your baby mama, or the one you're trying to get to be your baby mama. You
Yeah,
Yeah.
know, like, we own it. Like we said,
yeah, that's a fact.
Yes,
we ain't lost. You know what I'm saying? We know what it is.
That's a
for
fact, man.
sure.
Man, nice to meet you guys, man.
Yeah, man, this is a blessing, bro. I really appreciate this, man. Real talk.
All right,
All
thank you, bro.
right, so we
Hey,
good. you know, like we're gonna continue this conversation offline and, you know, keep everything going or whatever. But again, I just want to say that I appreciate both of you for, you know, your contribution to this whole thing today. And, you know, like I'm excited to see where the future is gonna go so that we can continue uplifting and empowering our community. And 1, 2, 3, that's all, folks.